Hello, Harvest Valley community. This is Mr. Todd down here in the corner. Hello, and welcome to our virtual back to school night event for the 2020-21 school year. We're very excited you're joining us. Of course, we normally have this event here in person at the school, but since we cannot do that this year, we're doing a virtual event. And we thank you for participating. We also thank you for your patience because you may experience technical difficulties during this presentation or during your teacher's presentation. But as you know, we're doing our very best to support your kids, and we thank you for doing the same. So tonight's schedule is as follows. At 5:30 p.m., you will join your teacher's session the way you normally join class each day by clicking on their Google Meet link. After that first session, teachers will do a second session, especially for parents who must attend more than one session since they have multiple students at our school. But make sure that you check your teacher's communications through Class Dojo and or email to make sure that you have the information for your child's specific teacher. So we have a little video here, and we're going to go ahead and play that for you as an introduction.
Hi, I'm Mr. Todd, principal here at Harvest Valley Elementary School.
Hi, and I'm Manuel Machado, the assistant principal here at Harvest Valley.
Welcome to the 2020-21 Back to School Night. We're really happy you're joining us, even if it's remotely.
And I'm real happy to be here for my first year here at Harvest. Mr. Todd, I know sometimes we have models that we have at schools. Is there a model this year?
Yes. So at the end of last year, looking ahead to this year, our staff voted on a new motto or a theme for the year. And this year, our motto is Harvest Valley Hawks soaring high no matter what. Because right now, this is tough. We know it's tough for kids, it's tough for teachers, and it's tough for you, parents, guardians, families at home. And so we want you to know that despite the many challenges that we face, some of which we have no control over, the things we do have control over, we're taking control. And we want to make sure that our students get the very best no matter what. So this year, Harvest Valley Hawks soaring high no matter what.
Yes, so we take this theme this year very seriously, and I appreciate our staff's willingness to jump right in no matter what, because we want to make sure that our Hawks, our kids, are soaring high no matter what. So we'd now like to introduce our amazing staff. Many of you know me, Mr. Todd, the principal, but Mr. Machado is our new assistant principal this year, and he's very excited to get to know the kids in person. So it's a challenge for all of us not to have the kids here. Mrs. Marcy Valenzuela, often known as simply Ms. Marcy, is currently not working, but we look forward to her returning and wish her the very best. She is our attendance clerk. Gloria Bowling is our new health technician, more commonly referred to as the school nurse. Ms. Monse Pacheco, who is currently filling in and supporting Ms. Marcy with attendance and registration. She is our community outreach and parent support clerk. So in her typical role, she's providing support to parents. We also have Ms. Miley, our office or administrative secretary, and then Mrs. Christina Haddock, our librarian and ASB advisor. And she's been filling in and supporting our attendance and registration and other areas. And I want to give my heartfelt thanks to all of these office staff members. And without them, we couldn't function. We also want to take a moment here to introduce our school counselor, or rather have her introduce herself. Go ahead, Mrs. Carroll.
Welcome back, Hawks. I'm Mrs. Carroll, the counselor here at Harvest Valley Elementary School. It is my pleasure to support your child's social and emotional development, even through this virtual format. If I can be of assistance to you or your child, I can be reached through email at rcarroll@romaland.net. Or you can simply call the school office and I'll be sure to get back to you. Again, welcome back. It's going to be a great year as Hawks continue to soar high, no matter what.
Thank you, Mrs. Carroll. And then on to our wonderful TK and kindergarten team. So our transitional kindergarten teacher is Mrs. Schaefer. Kinder, Ms. Fratsky, Mrs. Denton, Mrs. Watson, and Mrs. Badilla. First grade team, Mrs. Cassins, Mrs. Naranjo there in the bottom left in case her name is covered up, Mrs. Alexander, Mrs. Mitchell, and Mrs. Encinas. Second grade, Mrs. Guzman, Ms. Chacon, Mrs. Alonso, Mrs. Reyes, and Mrs. Castro. Third grade, Mrs. Wong, Mrs. Maurer, Mrs. Holland, Mrs. Porter, and Mrs. Arntz. Fourth grade, Mrs. Krisman, Mrs. Lane, Mrs. Guyona, and Mrs. Johnston. And then the fifth grade squad, Mrs. Irvin, Mr. Greenberg, Ms. Gomez, Mrs. Cornejo, and Mr. Cook. We also have a fantastic special education team from left to right, Ms. Cook, Mrs. Burnich, Mrs. Wells, and Mrs. Munoz. We have an amazing staff, and everybody plays an important role, from our aides to our custodians to our preschool teachers. And I want to take a moment to publicly thank all of our employees, all of our staff members, because it truly takes a village to support our students. We are an Avid elementary school, and most of you have a good idea of what that means. For those who don't, Avid simply is a way to prepare students for college and career, and we start as early as elementary school. It's not just about college flags and cheers, but there are specific organizational tools and academic routines and activities that teachers do regularly to support student learning. Your teacher will share more with you later. We are a Title I school, and because we're sharing this presentation in other ways, I won't read all of this. But please know that Title I simply means that we get some extra support to make sure that all children have a fair, equal, and significant opportunity to obtain a high-quality education. And the stuff our teachers do with your kids is research-based. And this year, we received just under $90,000, which seems like a lot of money. But when we're purchasing equipment, software, the money goes quickly. So these funds aren't just decided on how to use them by the principal, by me, or anyone else. It's decided by our school site council. The school site council includes parent and teacher representatives, and they get to look at our data and look at our plans and look at our money and help make decisions about how we use these funds. And we use them for things like AVID, extended learning opportunities, individualized instruction, and et cetera. And we're really grateful to be a school that receives this extra support. Attendance. Everyone knows how important attendance is, but it's worth reviewing. Remember, the fact is, too many absences can cause children to fall behind. And if your child is missing more than 10% of the school year, it really makes it hard for them to learn. And if there have only been 15 days of school and you missed 3 days as a child, you're already at that 10% mark. By the end of the year, if you're missing more than 18 days, it really causes students to fall behind. So please make sure that your children are logging in on time, and when school reopens, that they're arriving on time. And this is very important, setting that routines at home, regular bedtimes. Children ages 3 to 10 need up to 12 hours of sleep a night. So getting plenty of sleep and making those medical appointments when school is not in session, whenever possible, is vital. We have a school safety plan, and it's very comprehensive, and we are always improving it. We have our fire drills and other drills. If you'd like to see our copy of our plan, just come on by the school, and it's a public document we're willing to share. What can you do as a parent? Always get involved. One of the most important things, especially right now with school happening remotely, is for you to communicate with your child and your child's teacher regularly about their schoolwork. And please log into the Aries parent portal often to check attendance and grades. Also, please make sure in Aries you've updated your email, phone number, so that if there's ever an emergency or we just need to get a hold of you for routine things, that we have the correct information. Also, check our Class Dojo page, our school website often, and we'll be announcing our Hawk Talks coming up. That gives you a chance to come, or at least virtually for the time being, meet with me, Mr. Todd, to talk about any concerns and just to hear me share our updates. And we do that once a month, and we'll start that next month in September. If you're new to Harvest, we have an additional video here that is made available, and we're sharing this with you as slides as well. So make sure when you get a chance, click on this, because it may be a little cheesy, but Mr. Machado and I go back and forth, and you can learn a lot about what makes our school unique from this video. And with that said, let's continue to soar high together no matter what. We're here to help your child or your children if you have more than one attending our school, and we want to support you as a parent. And by attending tonight, you've already shown how much you care and that you're willing to be involved. And if you can't join your class live tonight, please make sure you tune in to the recorded videos like this one. We're here to support you. Thank you for all you do. We hope you have a great evening.